everyone on YouTube, it's Geoffreys. Today we're doing how I made this clay item review. And today I created Big Chungus. How I made Big Chungus is I started out with a tinfoil skeleton for the head and the body because he is fat. He is really fat. Then I covered the foil with gray clay, which looks a lot more silver in a way. Then I added the belly, like the white belly and cheeks. How I did the method of chiseling the cheeks like this is I used a clay knife. I added the mouth next, along with a tongue for the Chungus. Then I add the nose, the eyes, the pupils, and the eyelids, as well as the eyebrows. Then I went to the arms, and then I went to the hands. Then I went to the feet, then the tail, then the ears, and finally the whiskers. Then, what I did next was I washed, I gave a clean rinse to the Chungus, like, with a brush, a wet paintbrush, to get rid of the contamination in the white clay. And that's the effect I like it. And I put them in the oven, like, for 25 minutes at 200 degrees, like, 275 degrees Fahrenheit. Like, the Chungus, I made him lean back a bit because he is really fat. And I weighed this guy, and he weighs up at least, he's pretty hefty, I tell you. Like, he's like 17 ounces, which is like almost a pound. Yeah, that's heavy. You might be wondering, how did I get the clay for the Chungus project? Well, me and my friend Charlie got the clay from AC Moore. It's Sculpey 3 and Primo Sculpey clay. Then I, created Big Chungus. I used a stock photo from one of the frames of the episode Wabbit Troubles. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about how Big Chungus came along as a meme. Like, Big Chungus is a meme, a Bugs Bunny meme, where right after Bugs Bunny takes Elmer Fudd's tent, and puts it in the rabbit hole and ties it up, and after tying Elmer Fudd's fingers, Elmer Fudd, in the episode Wabbit Troubles, he was not skinny when wearing that brown trench coat that he usually does. He was really fat. And when he hammered down the plank of wood to the ground, he said, "That'll hold them all white." Chuckles, and he walks away. Then, Bugs Bunny will open the plank of wood, walk upstairs and just magically appear as if they were there. And he transforms into this, and imitates Elmer Fudd's quote. And yeah, that's how Big Chungus came into existence. Now, Big Chungus's month of the meme was December 2018. So this guy is not even really a year old. And if you're comparing him to another figurine that I've got, well, this one's actually an official figurine, he's a bit bigger than my World of Nintendo Diddy Kong. Because of all the bulk of clay fat that he was made of. Because he is really fat. I kind of made him lean back a bit because he's a really fat guy. Or bunny in this case. I don't know if Bugs Bunny is really a actual rabbit or is probably just a giant hare. You know, a hare like the rabbit. Because then again, rabbits and hares are a related species. I made the whiskers out of clay, as well as the teeth. The method how I was able to chisel out the tail fur was I used the clay knife, and then, you know, just like how these cheek tufts, and then I just pressed down carefully, and yeah, he's got a fluffy tail. I hope you liked my little, you know, overview of my homemade big Chungus out of clay, and I'll see you in my next video. This is Geoffreys and I am out.